All right, what is going on, guys? This past weekend, Hamza Chimaev defeated Robert Whitaker in the very first round via neck crank, face crank. Essentially broke his jaw, broke his teeth, and there's a slight bit of controversy on who should be next for Dricus Du Plessis in the middleweight division. And Dricus did an interview with TMZ Sports. I want to share this clip with you guys. And then I want to give my thoughts and opinions on who should be next for the middleweight title. Should it be Sean Strickland getting a rematch with Dricus Du Plessis, or should it be Hamzat Chimaev? But first, let's get into this interview. I'm going to play this clip, and I'll pause it when I need to interject.
Dricus, I think the presumption before the fight was that you and Sean would rematch. Obviously, that was a fun fight, a very competitive fight, and I know one that he has said, hey, give me this rematch. I deserve it. Did Hamzat do enough in your mind? You're the champion. Did he do enough to jump Sean, and does he deserve the next title shot against you?
Jameson, a famously smooth whiskey from a famously big fan.
We don't care about Jameson fucking whiskey.
Yeah, listen, I completely welcome the Strickland rematch. I would have, loved that to, get that finish because, for Sean, he needs a win back. I need a finish. And for him, he doesn't mind to fight boring fights like most of his fights. That's why he has, 7 or 8 split decision wins. For me, I go out there and I want to fight a guy that comes out there to throw down, not say that he's going to and then jab for 5 rounds. But once again, in our fight, myself and Sean, it was a close fight. There was no doubt in my mind that I won that fight. But I said, if Whitaker comes out there and does something amazing, like get an early finish or, outfight Hamzat, he's definitely going to jump the gun because he deserves it. That's 3 wins in a row against top guys. And Strickland just beat Paulo Costa in a very boring fight once again after our fight. Whether it was close or not, it's still a loss. And then, of course, I also thought, Hamzat, they've hyped up this guy for so long, but he's not come to fruition. He hasn't lost, but with the fight cancellations, him being sick, and sometimes that's out of our control. But he went in there and was the first guy to ever submit Rob, and he did in the first round. And that warrants a jump the gun on Sean Strickland for me. And
so right there, Dricus thinks Hamzat beating Rob like he did deserves jumping the gun versus Strickland. And I agree with him 100%. I am a fan of Sean Strickland. I like watching him fight. And the win he's referencing was after he lost to Dricus. He did win versus Paulo Costa via split decision. I thought it should have been a unanimous decision. I thought it was a very clear win for Sean Strickland. But I like him as a fighter, but he's right. I mean, let's go split decision here. Split decision here. I mean, he lost that fight, but still a split decision. The Cannonier fight, again, I thought Strickland won that fight, but it was a split decision. It's the way that Sean Strickland fights, where he just jabs and teeps and moves forward most of the time, occasionally moving back. That's how he gets all these split decisions. Like his split decision win over Jack Hermanson. I thought it was a pretty clear win for Sean Strickland. But again, the way he fights, it leaves it open to interpretation. Tom Breeze, split decision, and we're getting really far back. I'm not counting any of this shit. This shit's old as fuck. I would say, up here, 2021, 2022, and up. But Dricus made some very good points with that. And let's take a look at Hamzat's recent record. So he just beat Robert Whitaker via face crank. Before that, majority decision over Usman. I believe one judge may have scored it a draw. I thought Hamzat pretty clearly won that fight. Before that, a win over Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland's not like some elite fighter, but he's not a complete scrub either. I mean, he's like just fringe. Maybe he's like top 20, top 25 in the welterweight/middleweight divisions. A win over Gilbert Burns. That's a decent win. Li Jingliang, that's a decent win. Gerald Meerschaert, that's like the measuring stick of the middleweight division. If you can get past Gerald Meerschaert, you can most likely get into the top 15. And then before that, it doesn't matter. But Hamzat has these especially the last couple of wins, are very solid. And the way he's beating these people, now obviously Usman, he didn't completely, he didn't finish him and blow him out of the water, but everybody else he's beating rather convincingly. So I definitely think Khamzat has jumped to the rank here and deserves the fight over Strickland. Now, as I said in my fights to make video, if they would have rebooked this fight for, like, let's see when Izzy fought Dricus. Let's see. August. So if they would have rebooked the Strickland Du Plessis rematch, man, I feel like Izzy had to have gotten a win. I guess if Izzy should have gotten a win before he could rematch, I don't have a problem with it. Same with Strickland. He got a win right after losing the belt with a very close fight, which I thought he won. I personally thought he beat Dricus. Then you could see giving him a rematch. Where with Khamzat, he's going out here destroying Robert Whittaker in the first round. It's like, how do you not give him a title shot over that? That's my take. That's my opinion on it. Who do you guys think should be fighting Dricus Du Plessis for the middleweight belt? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you are new, make sure and subscribe. Drop a like on this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.